So, what a day it's been, eh?
Yes.
It has been a kick-ass day. Um, done. Just it's um it's very interesting how, and we can have this on camera as well. It's super interesting how all the different platforms um, that we use, um, which include TikTok, Insta, and Facebook. If you use Story correctly, so if you are utilizing Story correctly, else why am I not able to do this thing here to load onto Zoom? Log onto Zoom.
What's wrong? What is it say?
So let me just go Google because if I find it here, Zoom. Zoom. Um, the moment that let's see if I can get in now. Sign in. Oh, come on, not support. Where must I click here, homie?
Okay. Gaan jy aan met jou homies? Ek sal dis
Okay, so each and every platform performs or rather uploads differently. So when you're trying to upload links to Instagram on your story, it's a different strategy versus Facebook versus TikTok. And if there's a call to action on the story, so if you're an early bird, I'm going to over deliver on value. If there's a call to action on your Facebook and Instagram story, what I found is if there's a sticker that's either a heart or a like or a fire emoji or any sort of call to action, the platform sees it as soon as people tap the sticker or the like or they're enjoying the content, it pushes it to more people. So I've tested this out thoroughly over the past couple of weeks, and with the call to action, my Facebook story is running to the 20,000 views, which is okay. It's just under 10% of my following, and Instagram stories goes above 10,000 views, which is about probably 13, 14, 15% of my following. So just put a call to action on your stories. It definitely runs harder. But everyone except TikTok, if you do the same thing on TikTok, like it literally underperforms no matter what. So if someone's got a hack to making your TikTok stories run, which is my biggest following, it runs the least, please do share it with me. I'd highly, highly appreciate it. We're just trying to log into Zoom, but the rest of the platforms are here. So tonight's live is not going to be open for Q&A until the end of the live, where I'll take a couple of questions. So if you do have a question, please post it in the chat. My sister Elena and Alzi are busy manning the chat. So if there's anything interesting or you want to bounce with me, please post it in the chat. They'll screenshot it and at the
Recording in progress.
Figured it out. Thank you, madam. At the end of the live, I'll definitely attempt to at least between 2 and 5 questions. And if you want to book me for a one-on-one with your dealership or with your business, are you monitoring? Is everything okay?
No, I'm not, dude. Sorry, I'm busy with Leah. I'll
Okay.
check for you.
No problem. Seems to
Okay,
be working, but if you can give me a heads up and any cool questions that you might have. Hallo, goeienaand Leah. Sure.
Say it again.
I said to you, hallo, hoe gaan dit met jou?
Dit en jou?
Lekker, dankie. Gaan jy bietjie van Bobby kyk?
Ja, ons gaan.
Good.
Ek sien jou partykeer op my foon.
Op jou foon. Hoekom het jy 'n foon? Jy's te jonk vir 'n foon.
Nee,
What?
ek's nie.
Hey, what's going on? Chris, my heavy, what's going on?
He's not here yet.
I hope it's one of those Polo Vivo driver's phones that can't WhatsApp and go into social media.
No,
Is it a smartphone?
it is a smartphone, yes, and then she watches your monkey video on repeat.
Okay, that one she can watch. That one is friendly
Yes.
for children. All right, perfect. Let me know. Give me a heads up if there's any cool questions, and then I'll unpack them at the end.
Oh, well, thank
All right.
you.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Okay, bye. All right, so we're gonna kick it off. I'm 5 minutes late. I'm sorry. I didn't know how to log into my Zoom account. But now we're in, and we are ready to go hard for the next couple of minutes. So have people started joining us?
Yes, we are on 145.
145. Welcome everybody. I'm going to unpack a lot tonight. So what I suggest you do is, if you find something that is of value, okay, screenshot it and make yourself a note. The way that we designed this book here, this playbook, the Mit-Mak way, is very simple. At the bottom of each and every page, we have placed a rand value, an actual rand value at the bottom of every page, which means if I give you a strategy or an idea or a potentially, where are you taking my coffee? I mean, without coffee, I'm going to be like this.
You can still reach it.
Okay, like this. So it's out of your shop.
Yes.
So if I give you a strategy on an idea or a process or procedure, what I want you to do is in real time, in your mind, say to yourself, self, this is a 50,000 Rand idea, or this is a 5,000 Rand a month idea, or this is a 500,000 Rand a month idea. I'm going to start off with an idea that to most dealers, if they use it correctly, it's a 500,000 Rand a month idea. I'm not even kidding you. So you screenshot it, you make yourself a note. This is X amount. If you've got a pen and paper close to you, take notes. If you don't, go and grab one. It's probably in the kitchen, second drawer, there where you leave the knives and forks. There should always be a pen there and a piece of paper. So I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to say last week, Thursday, was probably one of the highlights of my career. We defended the 2024 Dealer of the Year by winning 2025 Dealer of the Year and also winning a big one. This is a very big one. Reputation of the Year in the automotive industry. Now, to win the Reputation of the Year is extremely hard because lots of customers are interviewed, lots of reviews are left. Some are not great. Some, when we get a 1-star and we fail a consumer, it's like the best thing ever, even though it's painful. I'm so emotional and I wear my heart on my sleeve. And when a customer says, listen, Bobs, I had a voice note now. Listen, Bobs, in real time, just before I walked in, I've sent you a call center 30 minutes ago. They say the legend will call me within 15 minutes. It's been 30 minutes. The legend hasn't called me. And not to defend him, but that person was actually busy with the delivery. However, his cadet was sitting on his phone chatting, and his cadet should have picked up the slack. So it's always great, amazing to get feedback, critical feedback from somebody that experienced your business. So to win the Reputation of the Year award, it's just requesting those and getting in real-time feedback, customers that have experienced our company, good, bad, or ugly. If it's a 1-star, amazing. This is a person who has probably the best experience to be your consultant than a million rand consultation company because they've gone through the process and they've seen the leak and the gap. So it's always a process or a person problem. If the process sucks, you get to fix the process. If the person has failed, then you either need to retrain or help that person, support that person in a way. So yeah, the Reputation of the Year, just out of this world. Henry that runs our depot, the entire operation, the backup, the depot, 19,000 square meters, it's condition reports, it is cosmetical touch-ups, it's interior, it's exterior, dent technicians, touch-up technicians, tire and rim, and then the department that handles all customer complaints, any comeback that comes there. He's got Giselle, the entire team, all the girls and boys that are in the line of fire. When we won that award, it's the first award that we picked up, and I made a video about it today. If you've seen it, sorry, I'm going to repeat it, but if you haven't, I'm still very emotional. After we got called to go and collect the Reputation of the Year award, I hugged Henry and I said to him, brother, this one is yours. Now I've been very good friends with him from high school. He's married to I consider my sister. She's one of the FNIs. She's my sister's best friend, Elena. And I said to him, brother, this is your award. And about 5 minutes later, after receiving the award and handing it over to him, one of my other best friends, Errol, By the way, some of you might recognize his voice
The
as
lion.
the lion on some of our debates. He said to me, Bobs, look at Henry. And he was sitting on his chair, not drawing attention to himself. You know, the fantastic auto trader team was showing us all the new AI tools that will help the consumer see relevancy cars, meaning in your price range, in your bracket, you know, the spec, the sort of model that you like from all the dealerships that compete for your attention, for your hard-earned money. You're going to vote for them with your hard-earned money. And Henry was he was literally, I'm getting goosebumps. He was holding the award in his lap like this, and he's the most manly man that I know. Like, I wouldn't want to be against him in a war, but I want him with me in a war. You know, that makes him more of a man. He was teary, he was crying, and Errol said to me, he tapped me on my chest. He says, look at Bra H. We call him Bra H. He says, look at him, he's so emotional. This Bra is like he's loving this. And yeah, like I said on the post, 16, 18 hour days, Monday to Monday. His phone starts ringing at 4 a.m. and it doesn't end until 12, as well as the CRM team. That's the one that, you know, winning the dealer of the year, it's ultimate prize. But a very close second that could happen to us and to that team is the reputation of the year. So today I'm going to unpack the systems, processes, and procedures that we used in our company helped us write this playbook. We did two masterclass in-person live events last year. We had 22 people at each event, 22 dealers in our industry that paid 50,000 rand each to attend the day and spend the day with me. And I'm going to process very high level, exactly chapter by chapter on what we learned and how we were able to take three of those dealerships that were actively losing money. So every month they were writing back money. Now, if you run a business, that is the most painful thing, especially if you're an entrepreneur that started the business and you're an operator. You inside the trenches, cutting wood, chopping wood, fighting fires, you know, competing outside while making payroll, while maintaining, you know, a high level or good level of morale within your team, keeping them motivated. We took three of those dealers that attended that were losing money, and those three dealers were nominated in categories for. One of them was actually nominated with us for reputation of the year. So we're going to go through the playbook chapter by chapter. I'm going to unpack everything in the time that we've got allocated today. If at the end of this webinar you want me to help your dealership or your business, maybe you're struggling with one of the points I'm going to touch on. How it works is it's very simple. It's a paid event, so you get to book me for 90 minutes. For 90 minutes, we'll process and unpack everything on your particular dealership or business, where I'm going to show you how we figured out our numbers. I had a discussion with a chemical company. They are a medical chemical company. They're about to book us probably, I was, I think, for 10 sessions. This uncle collected um, a car, a similar car to what he had bought 6 months ago, and then he brought rather the buyer of his trade in, one of his sales leaders, to say, okay, I'm trading this car in on this one, and this guy's buying this car. Is that okay with you? I'm like, geez, can I like pick you up and walk you around? You're not allowed to walk anymore because you elevated, you know, yourself and our company to such heights. So we can unpack everything in detail for 90 minutes, or you can book me for two sessions and we can do three 90-minute sessions if you pay for two. So there are ways that I can come out to your dealership if you're interested, so I can speak to your entire management team. And the methodology behind this is I need to train the trainer so that you are duplicating my specific skill set in this industry on these topics, and you can go and create your own duplications at your company. That way, you relieve the bottleneck. So, not every decision has to be made through you. Not everyone has to check in with you first. Like, the less my phone rings, the better leader I am. Okay. Currently, WhatsApps, I'm going to put that topic to one side because I say to you guys, to South Africa, and to our customers, if you want this vehicle, shoot, I could be a message, will deliver anywhere in beautiful sunny South Africa. But there's a there's a little bit of thought behind the madness, and that is so that I have a personal connection to each and every customer. I'm 41 years young. I'm going to do this for another 50 years minimum. I'm trying to be as healthy as I possibly can, and I want to serve. So, having said that, if you want to book me at the end of the session, 0825426659, you're going to be able to take a screenshot of the ways that we can help your dealership or your business, either a group call with all your managers, where you can book me. There's another option for 4 hours where we can process all of these points in great detail, recorded, edited, packaged for your dealership. ABC Motors, these are your numbers. This is where you are. This is how you advertise. This is what you put out on social media. This is your do's and don'ts, and this is how we fix your numbers. Or you can obviously get us to come out, spend 4 or 5 hours with your entire sales team, with your entire leadership team, and then we can unpack all these things in person. Also going to be recorded. We'll get the team together, multicam, edited, great sound, great lighting, and make sure that once I leave, you can go and retrain. Okay, so that's the key. It is I have to resell the F&I team on my leadership. I have to resell the sales team on my leadership. I have to resell Henry that I'm the person that will lead him to the next stage of his career. Everything with a business, it's the re-game, and it never ends. So having said that, I'm going to kick it off. I want to say congratulations to everybody involved to make this possible, from the panel shops to the valet, to the people supplying us with windscreens, to the people supplying us with parts for our vehicles. Salute. Thank you very much. I've called almost all of you. If I've missed you, I'm still going to get to you and call you and thank you personally. We're going to kick it off the Mit-Mak way. I'm going to start off with one of the lowest hanging fruit in your business currently now. We are having deep discussions with a new car franchise. It's not a Chinese franchise. It's not one of these guys that are still coming out. By the way, there's a new car being launched and it's called Dongfang. So luckily, the Chinese have stopped naming their cars off the cell phones and they've completely gone bonkers. And now they're calling them Dongfang. There's the brown dong and the big dong. It's freaking hilarious, but it's not a Chinese company. It's a US company. We had about a 3.5, 4 hour meeting today. I showed them one of our showrooms. We're trying to expand and just go hard at expansion. But one of the main questions that I asked them that made them even like sit back and say, Bobs, we didn't think of it, and it's right in front of our face. It's retargeting your actual CRM. Okay, I'm going to give you a stat. Very few people know the stat. 60% of our business that we do today is either a repeat customer or a referral. Okay, 60%, not 50, half, more than half our business today, we're selling 200 cars plus, comes from a referral or a repeat customer. Now the advantage with a repeat customer or a referral is repeat customer says this, Pops, 6 months ago, like this customer that collected his vehicle, I bought this car. Okay, you have a facelift model of the same car, very similar mileage, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever the years are newer, just a facelift. So the new car has the same horsepower. It's also V8. It has now a digital cluster. It's got 1 or 2 other gadgets, a little bit of a change in the bonnet, very little change in the lights, looks the same from the back, looks similar from the side. I want that car. I've already submitted with Eugene. He's taking great care of me. Am I going to be able to see you and shake your hand on delivery? What time are you coming? So this time I'll make myself available to you in the coffee shop. So now, how do you hit that list, that CRM? How do you retarget it? If you're just going to phone manually each and every customer the whole time manually, are you catching that guy in a good mood? Did his wife fight with him that morning? We don't know. Did a woman cut him off at the traffic? Highly possible, like 100% possible. Now he's all irritated and you're phoning him. Unless you have a very, very slick strategy how to retarget, you can't get those numbers past 10%. 20% if you're lucky. How do you get it to 60%? It's a sequenced event First you do this, then you do this, then you do this, then you do this, then you do this. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question now, and you can answer it for yourself. So let's say, for example, I've been working the longest in our company with who? Let's say our F&I leader. Okay, she's been here for 10 years. Okay, we know a lot of people that we've met within the realm of automotive, from bank leaders to insurance companies to value-added product companies to customers, to dealer partners. So if you think about it this way, together we can introduce you to people that we both know. So here's the trick, here's the beauty, and here's how you almost instantly double your sales. Can I introduce you to people that she doesn't know? A lot, like thousands of people that she doesn't know. Can she introduce you to people that I don't know? Thousands of people. So now think this way. How do I get this consumer who bought from me, okay, in real time? He or she had a fantastic experience throughout the process. How do I get them to introduce me, okay, to people that I don't know? The moment I figured that out, boom, I literally doubled my sales with that one single thought and strategy, only from your existing CRM. This company that I spoke to now has sold 500 very expensive cars. Now, I'm not talking 800,000 rand cars. Their new cars are 2.7, 2.9 million, up to 4.9 million rand. 500 of those bad boys, brand new. Okay, so they've got a CRM, they've got a customer relationship management tool that they use, and they don't ever speak to those 500 people. Now, on Facebook, just going to give you a little bit of a tip. Most people have a couple of hundred friends, some 5,000 friends, some have 50,000 followers. There's a couple of people on my Facebook that I follow, that I daily interact with. Okay, one of them has 4.8 million people, over a million on Instagram. So check this out. If I can, in a slick way, that's not sleazy, that is earned, get him to give me a shout out on delivery or while we're having this experience in a very, very slick way, where a promise is made up front. I promise you X, the ask is Y, and if I deliver on X, is it fair for you to deliver on Y? And the customer says yes. 4.8 million people automatically see one of the happiest moments of his life. What happens then is he introduced me to a whole new world of people that I've never even heard of, and most haven't even heard of me. So only this. When we did the Mit-Mak Masterclass, these boys and girls paid me 50K, 50,000 Rand to be there. I couldn't take more than 22 because in my mind, we spent the entire day. I think we started at 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock. What time did we start? 8 o'clock, and we finished at 6:30, 7 at night. I could not make a personal connection with each and every individual at the level that I desired with more than 22 people. We could have filled up a hall with 100 people, but I didn't want to underdeliver. I said to everybody in the room, okay, some of the people that attended are some of my biggest haters. Like if those people could switch my machine off, they'll do it while having lunch. Okay? You know who you are because you always watch my lives. And you came to the event, and afterwards, whether you liked it or not, shook my hand and said, Bobs, you changed my business. I appreciate you. I'm a hard competitor against you. Okay, I respect you for what you do, but I don't like that. You don't need to like me, homie. As long as I'm adding value to you, it's fine. I started off this way. I said, boys and girls, ladies and gents, within the first 5 minutes, by using this strategy here on retargeting your CRM, if I don't give you 10x, 500,000 Rand back, 500,000 Rand back, only on strategy one. I want you to raise your hand. I will pay you back your money. You can take that information for free, take the book, you can leave, and I won't be sad or cross or have anything like, this guy's just being an asshole. Okay, we did 2 events, 22 dealers, so 44 dealers. I used the same strategy twice. Not a single person lifted their hand. I asked everybody after I shared the strategy, is it fair for me to say that if you use this, because information today is it's not valuable at all. Like information is it's abundant. Application is where the game is at. Is it fair for me to say that I've 10x your investment to be a 500,000 rand? Have I given you 500,000 rand worth of value in the first 5 minutes? Who have I not given it to? Raise your hand. No one. Raise your hand if you feel that if you use the strategy the way that I presented it to the team, with my scripts, at the timing that I say you should, you make 500,000 rand on your 50,000 rand investment. Raise your hand. Boom. 22 plus a few extra hands went up. I said, cool. The pressure is off me. I've paid back your money. Now let me exponentially drive your business and help you sell cars. Salute, salute. So only that part on your CRM, if you use your CRM correctly, because there's different communities that you speak to every day. So it's people that you don't know. These are new fresh leads that are coming in constantly. People that you don't know. So these are fresh coming into the CRM. Hey, listen, man, I've seen an ad on Facebook. I'm kind of interested in this vehicle. Tell me more. Okay. The second in value is people that you do know. Okay, so these are people that have experienced. What happened there? Else did we win a star, a gold star,
Yeah, it's a flash goal.
a flash gold?
Yes.
Okay, can we buy a Lambo now?
So they can give you a hartjie and then you get one
Okay,
coin.
a coin. Can we buy a Lambo? Is it a Bitcoin?
I think we can buy Nando's.
Hey, Nando's. Okay, not a. Please give us more Nando's, please, man. For my African brothers and sisters, Kitswaraki clan, I'm hungry. Okay, so it's people that you don't know, people that you do know that have experienced your service or product in the past, and they're coming back. And then the most valuable is people that your people know. So people that your people know is a referral. So Frick phones, he says, yeah, Koos bought a car from you. He was happy. Even me, I want a Isuzu. No problem. How do you know Koos? No, he's my brother-in-law, sister-in-law's best friend. Okay, great. Great stuff. He's an awesome uncle. Thank you, appreciate you. I'll go and serve that customer. Immediately, I provide feedback to the person that referred. Appreciate your referral, sir. I'm taking great care of this customer, and I keep them both in the loop throughout the process. Good, bad, or ugly, no matter the outcome, the person that referred needs to be confident that I'm passing this friend of mine, this precious lead, over to a capable person that will not only execute but over deliver on the promise that he made me with him as well. So that's CRM. It is absolutely the gold mine. It is the one place that the fruit are so low hanging. You don't even need to be on your toes to pick the fruit from the tree. You can lie down. There's fruit all over. You can just eat. You can just, if you know what you're doing there. So only this part, extremely valuable. You can screenshot this, and whatever your sales are per month, you can put that figure against this guarantee if you know how to use it properly. We're going to move over to slide 2, which is train the trainer. So a lot of dealers, the first question that they ask me is, Bobs, how do you keep your team motivated? Motivation, that's lacking with us, motivation. And initially they don't like the answer that I give them. But I always ask, this is like a life hack. Write this down or type it out on your phone. Are you easily offended? The moment that you ask a person that, are you easily offended? They can say what they say. If they say yes, no problem. I will walk on eggshells to deliver my answer. But 99.9% of sales leaders and business owners say no. They've got a thick skin. Give it to me raw. I want you to tell me how it is. Are you easily offended? No. The reason why your team is not motivated is because you're not motivated. Okay. What do you mean, Bobs? So how do you show up? How do you show up? So there's a guy that I follow on socials who is like his page should be PG-21. The vulgar language that he uses, it's like incredible. But this guy taught me one thing, and that is become the man that you needed when you were starting out in your business and deliver that man to your team. So what did I need when I started out in my business. If I'm working for a sales leader, how does that person show up? Okay, how does he look? What is his attitude? Okay, how does he handle pressure? The one thing about pressure is this. We were driving in the car, myself, Henry, and Ozzy. And I said to her, here's a sign of a good leader. When we walk into the car, you need to realize what he does. He takes the pressure from the customer, it's at a 10. Okay? And I've had many conversations with him, and he does this phenomenally. If he passes the 10 out of 10 pressure to his teammate, he's a weak leader. He needs to bring that pressure down from 10 to a 5 or a 6, not more than a 6, and then pass it on to the team leader that will handle that customer. If all you're doing as a leader is taking the pressure from your finance department, okay, taking the pressure and throwing it onto sales. Now, the reason why I can speak to this is because I was taking 10, throwing it to sales, taking 10, throwing it to buyers, taking 10, throwing it to marketing. We've spent $1.2 million this month. Your lead count is down. You guys suck. That's 10 out of 10 onto the onto the marketing department. How are they going to? Why am I here? Motivation is this: taking the pressure from a 10 to a 5. Here's where we are currently. Give you a typical example. Running a dealership, my job is to make sure that the buying department constantly, people laugh when I say this, constantly make our company broke. Okay. We need to be broke. There's a buffer, X amount of money, where our account cannot go under that amount. That is the bare minimum. Okay? But we need to be damn near close every single day with booked back-to-back buying power so that we are constantly broke. Now, it's a little bit counterintuitive, and we recently got a new financial director. She's amazing. We had a woman for 20 years. She retired. We got a new person in. And when I told her this, she says, it makes no sense. How am I going to budget? How am I going to do projections? She comes from a totally different industry, did work in automotive for a while, but how am I going to do projections, Bobby? How are we going to project this next week's budget? I said, week. We're working by the hour, you homie. Like hour by hour. That's how you budget here. This is where you came to. I told you I'm a psycho. Okay. Now you'll feel the pain of working with a psycho. But I can't go and say to the sales team, listen, boys, we've committed for 3.2 million rands worth of cars today. Okay. And we only have 2.8 million rands worth of cars. I need you to sell 400,000 rands worth of cars now. That's 10 out of 10, passing it to the sales team as a 10 out of 10. So how do I do that? Gentlemen, here's where we are, right? The reason why we sell so well is because we buy so well. Am I right? Right. Okay, cool. Now, we've kind of overcommitted on the buying, and I need you to have my back for the next day and push as hard as you possibly can, because we kind of short 400 grand for buying tomorrow. So if you want kick-ass cars, you need to make sure that we deliver those cars that we have right now, which are also kick-ass, so we can buy the next batch tomorrow. From that meeting, I'll run into F&I, finance and insurance. How much payouts do we have for tomorrow? Okay, we've lined up 3.5 million. Okay, cool. I'm running short for tomorrow. So far, 400,000 rand. Where are the difficult deals that we can't get payout onto? Sometimes we're waiting for trade-ins. Sometimes we're waiting for documents from the customers. There's always a story when it comes to payouts. Which are the low-hanging fruits that I can dive into right now and assist you, because I need you to push 400 rand extra than what we budgeted for. Okay, Bob, here are the 4 deals. Speak to the salesperson. Perhaps if we can arrange the delivery from 4 o'clock this afternoon, if the car's ready, we can deliver at 10, pick up the trade-in, settle the trade-in, send it in for payout. Boom, 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 boom. So I take that pressure from a 10. We are 400 grand short. Bring it right down to 5. Make a plan. This team leader needs to do this, selling. This team leader needs to do this F&I. And that's how you motivate your team, with a constant solution to every opportunity. We're not allowed to say the P word in our company, not the ugly one, the problem. Everything is an opportunity. So a salesperson will come to me, I've got a massive opportunity. I'm like, how big? Big. Okay, cool. Another dealer beat us with 5 grand on the trading. Okay, cool. Bring me the numbers. I already have them for you, sir. Boom. First gross is this much. Second gross is this much. This is how long the car's been in stock. This is how many we have of them. This is the spec. This is the color. Okay, let's pull the trigger. So we're making 35 grand. We're going to make 30 grand. Are you happy? Happy. Boom. Let's go. Next. Opportunity. And that is how eventually, if you show up correctly, you take the pressure down from a 10 to a minimum 5, maximum 6. You pass that pressure on with a roadmap, a plan on how to actually execute each and every problem that is currently being had. I just want to make sure the line phone me now. I just want to make sure if he's watching our live or you're on a live, brother. Did you hear me give you lots of love?
No, I didn't. Do it again.
Okay, I'll just join the live, brother. I constantly give you love.
I haven't had it before.
Okay. So join the live and I'll show you some more love. Okay.
Oh, are you on TikTok?
Yeah.
I'm going to join now. Wait.
Or IG. Thanks, brother.
Sweet.
Okay, bye. The lion himself, the one and only, that when I battle him on a closing call, buying a car from him, I'm literally fatigued afterwards. I need a 5-minute break, 2 cigars, and a walk around around the block. But motivation is that simple. Take the pressure from a 10, bring it right down to a 5 or a 6, and give your teammates a roadmap on how to alleviate the pressure step by step. Okay, that's it. Motivation. Sharp, correct. Come in first. Come in bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. Don't look at your shoes or drag your feet because your team will mirror your energy. Eventually, they do. Like my mission is to change the energy and the mood in every room that I walk in. If I do that effectively, the company grows, the salespeople's income grows, everybody's income grows. Number 2, lead generation. Bobs, how do we get more leads? Okay, so what are you currently doing in terms of lead gen? We're doing everything. Okay, what's everything? We're advertising on all the major platforms and I'm putting stuff on my WhatsApp status. People are seeing it and they're engaging it. Like, okay, so what else? There's nothing else to do. Okay, 100%. Well, here's 17 other things that I do. I do this, then 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 it's 10 o'clock. Okay, then we start all over again. How do you do it? It's structured. Okay, every single salesperson in your business has to wear 3 different hats. Okay, finder, you need to understand how to find your people. Now, the next objection that I normally get from dealerships is, but I'm an introvert, Pops. I don't like being on social media. I don't like marketing that way. It's not my style. Okay, do you like money? Yes. Do you like selling? Yes. Well, then start liking the other stuff because they're directly connected. Okay, how do you go from brand? There's a video on Instagram that I've got pinned up across all our channels. It's probably at 120 million views. Okay. People always ask me, Bobs, how many cars have you sold out of that video? And the answer is, I hope 0. Like, what do you mean? Like, I literally hope we sold no cars on that video. 0 cars. 0 cars. Because the intent for that video is to get eyeballs, not to sell cars. Every single post you guys make, the intent is to sell a car. Then you don't sell a car, and then you're very disappointed, and you need a tissue to have a little cry. Okay, and then you need someone to come and give you a tap. It's going to be okay. Social media works. The reason why it doesn't work for you is because you suck. That's it. Social media didn't work for us for 5 years in a row, not because it didn't work. It was probably the best time to market on social media. The reason why it didn't work for the longest time is because we sucked and we figured out some stuff, and now we're generating 335,000 organic views per day. Organic means there's no budget behind, 0 rand spent, 335,000 average organic views per day. And it works. People literally 5 minutes after we post the video, straight, Uncle Bobby, I've seen there's a 340 that we posted on the weekend. If I had 150 of those cars, I would have sold all of them. But then we manage it. So, sir, appreciate you reaching out to me. Thank you very much. Here's where we are. 5 minutes after the video posted, someone bought the vehicle. Right. So we're not going to have a cry. And the worst thing that a salesperson can say to me, that will bring me the closest to violence, is the customer only wanted that one. Now, when I hear that, I'm starting to look, where are my car keys? Because I'm going to chuck you with it. And then people say, like, Doug, Bobby's chucking you with the car keys. I've never chucked someone, but in my mind, thousands of people got hit against their thick skulls for saying that to me. There is zero probability that that customer will now walk because we sold that 340. After we sold that 340, I sold two 340 X drives, double the price, a 330, a 240, a M3, M235, and a M240 because of one post. It's just knowing how to be direct with the consumer upfront, managing expectations upfront to bring them in the funnel of that vehicle is sold. Here are 5 or 6 different options, and then immediately go into fact finding, asking questions to make sure that I eliminate the two-door. I had a very cool customer. He's actually buying an M3 competition from us. He inquired about that 340, and I said to himself, I've got the most badass 240. It was before this white one that we advertised, I think, yesterday. That car's also sold like 60 times already. But anyway, we've got this 240. He says, Bob, it's okay. I'll take the 240. But how do my kids go in and out? I said, the seat. He says, homie, I'm not doing that shit. Like, really, give me a car that's suitable for my family, but it's also fun, and it's a BMW. So he went from a car that cost $449, and he bought a car that cost $929. Okay, double the price. Literally more than double the price, if my maths is correct.
Mathematics.
Yeah, almost double the price. So how do you do that? And that is called having your finder cap. Finder cap. Strategy, and the best finders are introverts, people that don't like to mix with other people, that don't have the gift of the gab, shy people. Because if you show them the system, if you show them the sequencing, they know. Okay, people that are introverted and people that are wired that way like systems. They like to know, well, first do this, then I do this, then I do this, then I do this, then I post, and then once I get some feedback or comment or DM, this is the next sequence: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are the best finders. You create a good finder in your company, you are set for life. How do you create them? Lots to cover in here. It's actually a system. Train the trainer you, and you go and create finders. I'm going to move on. Script, hyper important. Okay, I'm just going to give you the most common objection that a dealership sees. Customer walks in, the salesman, if he's not smoking a cigarette against the pole like this, and maybe he just finished his cigarette, walks up to him, say, hello one, hello Tani, hello, I'm Fricky. Shake the hand. What does the customer say? I'm just looking. Okay. And then have another smoke. So customer comes into Mit-Mak. Welcome, sir, ma'am, to Mit-Mak Motors. My name is Bobby Petko. How may I serve you? Appreciate you driving here. Thank you very much. I'm just looking. Great, sir. Are you looking to go bigger, smaller, manual, automatic? And the customer says, I'm looking to go bigger, automatic. Okay, great. Wonderful. I noticed, sir, that you came in with a Kia Rio outside. Okay. We've got a guy in here. His name is Dylan, but his nickname, sir, is Dylan Pays a Lot. Okay. Customer then says, this is like so typical. I'm speaking to every single dealer watching me. Don't worry about the Kia. We Buy Cars gave me a price. Great, sir. Fantastic. Please don't tell us what price they gave you. Please keep it to yourself, as it's not ethical for you to share that information with us. Allow us the opportunity to price your vehicle, maximum value in the current market, and then we'll chat after that. Within 30 seconds, the customer is now looking for a bigger automatic car, and guess what? I took his keys. So him and his wife don't have a car. Okay? The car is with Dylan Pays a Lot. So we're going to have a conversation, and I'm going to show you some cars that are bigger and automatic. And guess what? If I'm boring you, you can't go anywhere because you don't have a car. The car is with Dylan Pays a Lot. So script, objection handling, I need to speak to my wife. Everything has to be automated in your mind, trained on very, very hard every single morning until it is a part of you. Until if someone shakes you and wakes you up at 2 a.m. in the morning and says, I'm just looking, you're going to say, great, are you looking to go bigger, smaller, manual, automatic? And then be like, oh shit, you're here to rob me. That's how much it is imprinted in our sales team so that they execute at the highest level. Objection handling, same thing. Leaks and opportunities within your business. Your main function in a business is twofold. It's a bucket. You need to put more hose pipes in your bucket, and you need to plug in the leaks. This company that I had a meeting with today, I said to them, 70% of the day I'm on offense. Offense meaning we're charging forward. So how do we get more hose pipes in our bucket? However, 30% of my day is defense. Defense is how do we protect our customer base so that no one, but no one, ever can steal a customer from us. Okay? Ever, ever, ever. How do we do that? How do we over deliver past the point of sale that that consumer doesn't even think about another dealership? I don't care even if they want a brand new C63 AMG S 2-door in designer black matte metallic, and there's only one in the country. Bobby, I want that car, and I want you to give me that car. That's how you think about defense. Okay, using a closing sheet in sequence. If you ever watched my closing calls on TikTok, everyone sounds the same. And the lion, I'm happy that you joined. If you remember, brother, a couple of months ago, I had to make a closing call in your fancy office. Like the lion has got, listen, man, that is a freaking kick-ass office. When you go to the window, if you don't like heights, what's the fear of heights called? It's called a word. It's something. But if you don't like heights, it's literally overwhelming. I'm like, holy shit. This place that he runs is absolutely ginormous. We're in his fancy office. I get a WhatsApp. I need to make a closing call. He said, excuse me, brother, I need to make a closing call. He's watching me right now. If I'm lying, he's going to call me out. I go and sit in the corner on the floor, on my ass, open my phone, put it on speaker. I have the information on the closing sheet on WhatsApp. So first I discuss this, then I discuss this, then I discuss this, then I present the payment, and then I present the next point. He says, Bobs, I've been watching your closing calls on TikTok, and it seems very scripted. I'm your brother. I thought it's scripted. Like you're doing this one call, and then if it goes well, you post it. You sound exactly the same on the call, on your ass there in my fancy office. And by the way, when he gives me Fiji water, I refuse to drink it. I will never drink a 70 Rand little bottle of water. I drink tap water. And then I go to the toilet, but I drink the tap water. Because I know if I drink his Fiji water, you'll charge me more for the cost. So, Lion, I will not drink your Fiji water. I'll drink your tap water and use your bathroom afterwards. You'll live. But he said to me, every closing call, is it the same? I said, how lacquer is it if you've got a sequence that works and you don't need to think about what you're going to say? Like I speak to an elderly Afrikaans guy and a young African guy that's 21 that's buying a Polo Vivo, and we all know what he wants to do with that car, and that's go and impress the chicks, right? And an elderly Afrikaans guy that's buying his last car from me because he's retired, he's got his pension fund. It's the same call. It's like zero difference, exactly the same call. So a closing sheet is absolutely important. If you know how to use one, you will 10x your closing ratios. My closing ratio is the highest in the company. That's why I'm a difficult customer. Everybody in the company sends it to me. Difficult customer meaning this customer is unhappy about something and they don't know what it is, because if they know what it is, they can fix it. But because they don't know what it is, I need to figure it out in real time. And then if Elsie is available, she records me and we post that. Okay. Why a deal would not happen. So in our industry, a deal declines for one of three reasons. Okay? Affordability, equity, and risk. With F&I to salespeople communication, it's always awkward because F&Is are very educated, very regulated, and salespeople normally didn't finish high school, okay, but they earn more. So there's always a constant push and pull there. Once you educate your sales team why a deal is not approving, equity, affordability, and risk. Risk is split into two: the customer's risk profile and the car's risk profile. There's no other reason, like literally nothing. That's why a deal declines. Once you understand why it's declined, then you can get it approved. If you understand why something is not working, you can get it approved, even if it's not today. But you can tell the customer, listen here, brother, fix these two things here and come back to me in 90 days. This is the way you fix them. Highly important, very valuable skill, very undervalued skill, and almost no one today in sales, today, people that have been selling cars for 20 years, when I ask them, why is the deal declining? Yeah, because the customer's got a cuck name. Like, it's so revolting. I want to just get up off my table and not walk away from the interview, freaking run away and block you because people don't understand the game they're playing. And within every game, there's rules. And if you understand the rules, you can then play against those rules to serve your customer. And that's why we won F&O of the Year, Mega Division, 3 times. Okay, we were first, and we were first and second in 2025. And we're going to defend 2026, and I want to win first, second, and third. If anything under first, second, and third happens, we're going to have big problems up in that office. Okay, next slide. Buying and fraud within your business. Okay, so the profits in the buying, it's not in the selling. You have to reverse engineer your selling price at point of purchase. So I need to understand to the highest degree, this car, I'm going to pay X, I'm going to spend Y, and I'm going to sell it for Z. There's a ton of information and technology that dealers are simply not using. They're literally not using. They don't know how to use Fusion or AutoTrade. They just, it's all at your fingertips. The moment I show the dealers this, they're like, holy shit. Like, yes, you have it at your fingertips. You just don't know how to use it. Here's how we use it. This is how we do it. And it works. Okay? So reverse engineering the selling price at point of purchase. You'll know, if you get really good at this, you'll know how much you can sell the car for. And if you really spend time on this, you know how long it will take you to sell the car. If you know those 2 points, on a very popular car, it's okay to make a little bit less money, but you know it will move quickly. In a less popular car, you need to give yourself a buffer because sometimes you're using floor plan. So if the car stands 90 days, you know there's going to be a bit of interest on that floor plan. So you can't afford to make 10,000 on this car. You need to make the 20. I'll show you exactly how to do it. And then fraud and clown vehicles. 14 cars that were clown that I've purchased myself, me, Bobby Petkov. And eventually 5 years ago, I found my friend at Crime Intelligence. I said, listen, man, I can't be like exploding. I can't look at every person like a criminal because the person that caught me the last time is still an active advocate in the Pretoria Brooklyn chambers. Okay. This is supposed to be a good guy. He's like one of the good guys. He's part of the team that's the good guys. You know, he screwed me. So I said, Bobs, what do you want? I said, okay. So I want to have a meeting with the syndicate head. I'm asking my crime intelligence guy this. And I want to show him these files and I want him to tell me how he can't catch me again. He says, let me make a few calls. This is a true story. Okay. I'll go in great detail with the teams that came to join us. Great detail. I'll tell them the whole thing. But in 3 minutes, I go to Starbucks in Brooklyn and I sit down with this guy. I'm expecting some weirdo with tattoos and like nose rings and like a grill. He is a very, very good looking, handsome young guy, dressed in polo, very slick, highly educated, tertiary degree, eloquent. You know, sometimes he uses words. I'm like, brother, hold on. That thing went over my head. Can you explain this like a 4-year-old? Yes, Pops, no problem. This is what I mean. This is how we do it. This is why we do it this way. And this is why it's hard to prosecute. This is why it's hard to catch us. Okay, great. All 14 files. You know, the worst hit that I took, and I say this publicly, was a white male. Okay, this is the floor. We call this Mit-Mak 4. He actually caught me at Mit-Mak 5 next door, where our studio is. He came with his little daughter, blonde little girl. He sold me 3 clown Yaris's, and I took that little girl across the street. There's a BP, and I bought her ice cream. Said, is it okay if I buy your daughter ice cream? Go for it, no problem. Uncle Bob's, just look both ways. That's the guy that screwed me the hardest. 3 cars, nailed me. Okay, so have a meeting with this guy. He says, no, I remember this period where we were doing a lot of Yaris's. I showed him who says this, and this guy's a part of my crew. like it's a highly sophisticated, very, 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 very intellectually advanced syndicate. Okay, this is what you need to do first. This is what you need to do second, third, fourth, fifth. Okay, is that it? It says, Bobs, if you skip one of these steps, we will catch you again. One of them. It's been 5 years, knock on wood. This is how I've created a system where I don't even know what cars we bought today. Like I was so busy today. I looked on my group now, on the buyers group, on the managers group. Okay, I will give you the cars that we bought today. I literally didn't know what cars we bought today. We had a slow buying day. We bought 8 cars. Okay, one, two, three, four. 4 were from private individuals. 1 was from the Lion. Lion, you need to improve. Up your game, my brother. Only 1. Okay, 1 was a trading that we're keeping, and then we bought 2 from a wholesaler, brother of mine that supplies us with stock. I had zero input on the checking of the documents, on the pushing of the pay button. The 2 buying managers sorted that out, but they sequence. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Push pay, no more cloned or stolen vehicles. That only. There's a dealer in Gazina. He came, he sent his brother. I said, don't send your brother. Read the book. You don't need to spend the extra 50K. Bob's, my brother's coming. I said, don't send your brother. Brother, just read the book. Use 1 through 5. My brother's coming. Then I thought about doing a 3rd masterclass. Then he sent his dad. He paid the money. He says, my dad's coming. I said, I don't want to call out his name. I said, brother, me and you're going to have a fight. You didn't need to send your brother or your dad. Read the book. You did this. I trained you. It's offensive to me that you can't transfer the energy. He says, Bobs, we are not buying clone vehicles. I want them to experience the energy, and also the storytelling will also give them some tips and advice and hopefully spark an idea. But nevertheless, that single dealer, 2 months before he came to our masterclass, he was caught with a Legend 50 for 700,000 Rand. 4x4, low mileage, 700,000 Rand gone, like this clone car. And a Polo for 250 or 270. So R1,000,000 within 2 months of clone vehicles, 50,000 Rand, no more. I know, and you'll follow me to the T. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no more clone vehicles. So we go into great detail. If you're a car dealer and you've been caught, I feel your pain. I felt it 14 times. It's undescribable. It's so discouraging and it's so irritating, man. The guy's phone is off, he's gone. It's one of the worst feelings that you can get when you buy a clone vehicle. The advocate's car was a Toyota Etios. I paid him 120,000 Rand, and because I have an ego and it stands in my way, I spent 240,000 Rand trying to put him in jail for 120,000 Rand car. He's still operating, he's not in jail, and I lost all the money. That's the reality. It is so difficult to prosecute, and that's over a period of 4 years. It is disgusting. Okay, moving on. Hope no one got caught on this live, and hopefully you don't get caught. Recruiting and hiring. As we were growing our company, I ended up paying $10,000 to Patrick David for a sales course. When it came out, at the end of the sales course, there was a Q&A where he asked for feedback, and the feedback was very simple. Is there any areas in your business that I have not touched on? So what can I help you with that was not part of the sales course? So I thought, he'll never read this. But the one thing that he didn't touch on this, he helped me with objection handling, structuring my mind correctly, how to approach each and every situation, opportunity. But you never touched on how did you grow your business from 66 agents to 60,000 agents at the time when you exited. He sold his company for $250 million. I've been to his house. I've stayed the weekend at his house. His neighbor is messy. I've seen the money. Like when you walk, it's in Fort Lauderdale. His yacht is bigger than his freaking house. And he's got the longest, that's another bragging point for him. He's got the longest parking bay for a yacht in Fort Lauderdale. So that's like one of the highlights of that house. Everybody, he paid, if I remember correctly, 25 or 26 million US, his house is probably worth double now because guess who his neighbor is? Lionel Messi. So when we spend the weekend there, before I got to him, sorry, I typed out a very detailed reply and I said, this is where I need help. The automotive industry is filled with bad habits. So a guy gets fired or he resigns at a company because he made some cut. He comes here and now injects that bullshit into our entire culture and he kicks me in the balls. And 6 months I'm just doing cleanup because he gave us bad ideas and bad energy and just crap karma. How do I create legends from greenies? I type that up. That same that same Saturday, so a day later, one of his PAs, he's got three PAs by the way. One of his PAs calls me, I see US number. Hello, is this Bobby Petkoff? I'm like, yeah. What's up? What's up? This is from PBD's office, and he really enjoyed your question, and you would like a 15-minute Zoom. I'm like, dude, is this a scheme? He's like, no, he just wants to chat. Loves the part where you said you're an immigrant child. This is how you grew the business. He would like a 15-minute conversation. So, quick story on that. That specific day, we were invited to be on the Minky van der West Asian show in Cape Town. So, we fly over there and we're supposed to have this sit down on camera. I think it was from 2 to 2:30. Now my call is going to be 2:45 with PBD, and she's running late and I don't know what's happening. So I said to her, listen, homie, so I've got this very important call at 2:45. If we're not finished and my phone rings at 2:45 and we're busy filming, I just want you to know so that it's not a surprise. I'm standing up and I'm walking up because you're late. He says, you'll never do that. You'll never do that. I said, so I'm standing up and I'm walking up. Like literally, like let's freaking go. Anyway, on the show at 42 minutes past. Thank you, and that's a wrap. As I'm walking to the car, boom, 2:45 phone call. We speak, puts me in a mentorship program of 8 people, and eventually end up at his house a couple of months later with the other 7 people, and he teaches me how to recruit properly. It's a system. It's the way that you interview. The mistake that I made for the longest time is I fired harshly and I created enemies. So I wish I didn't do that, but I'm very direct. Like I'll call you out straight. Um, I'll use an example. There's a big franchise agency, many dealerships. One of their top managers joins our company for a couple of months, and he just makes a whole bunch of shit. So I call him out, come sit in my office, said, you're an amateur. The way that you conduct yourself, like I can't even believe I hired you. And I just lash off at this guy. Like I'm thinking, holy moly, replaying this conversation in my head. If I ever have a son and someone talks to my son that way, I'll literally kill. Like I'll cut your one hand off and beat you against the head with a red pot. I'll never allow that to happen. That's wrong. Eventually, a couple of months later, we make up. I help him in his career. He's doing great. I apologize profusely, but that is the one function that I really cocked up. And over the years, hire fast, fire even faster, but create a fan rather than an enemy when they lose. That's hard to do, and I can't do it myself alone. I've got a phenomenal HR. She assists me with that. When we let someone go, it is really, we've trained you, retrained you, and it's not a fit for you. So you're going to be miserable in your position. We want you to go and be happy somewhere else. But he gave me a 10-point system on hiring. It is so freaking slick. And you get hired if you hit 7 out of the 10. If a manager wants to hire you and you've only hit 5 or 6, they need to put their reputation on the line. So that the next time, if you should fail, that manager wants to hire another 5 or a 6. It's an absolute no from the rest of the managers. That system alone, I spent the Friday afternoon, most of the afternoon with PBD, and then the evening with his team, who are actually that are delightful. Else, can you see it on camera? You can't see it.
But it's okay.
I can see it on my screen. Okay, so his team is actually better than what it is, if that's possible. And then the entire Saturday I spent at his house with his team at a whiteboard, him sitting in front of us, yachts passing in Fort Lauderdale, freaking crazy. And then he gave us the 10-point system and why each and every point is important. That has created phenomenal leadership in our company. And had I not used that, then it wouldn't have. So only on that, I can add lots of value. Next, marketing. Find your social media footprint. Finding your social media footprint is very, 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 very easy, but hard at the same time. So think about it this way: understanding branding, marketing, and advertising, and why each one is important. Reverse engineering according to culture and context. The one the one night stand concept. We'll get to that now. So finding your social media footprint and understanding branding, marketing, and advertising. Branding is when you create a piece of content that drives lots of views. I know how to get views. It's easy to get a couple of 100,000 views, but you can't only do branding. Okay. Marketing is where you create interest. I don't want to sell you a car. I want to create interest. And then advertising, bottom of the funnel. This is where there's a call to action. If this is your flavor, shoot Uncle B a message and we'll deliver anywhere in beautiful sunny South Africa. Uncle Bob's out. Each and every segment is intentional and the outcome of that segment is measured for what it's intended to do. I can't do a branding video and expect to sell cars there. We should sell zero cars there. If we sold a car on top, we didn't do branding correctly. Now, this sounds crazy to you. And the reason why you're frustrated with social media is because you just want to sell. You want to sell, and every video must convert into a sell, and everyone must make you money. And that's why you suck. So, understanding branding, marketing, advertising, each one's function, and how the top of the funnel, slowly massaged to the bottom, becomes not only a customer, but a fan and a referral source. Okay. Reverse engineering according to culture and context. This is very, 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 very important. When I speak on a Hilux video, I'm speaking to a Hilux person. I don't care if I offend the gay white men GWM drivers. It's not relevant. I'm only speaking to Hilux people. So whether there are 50,000 in the country or 500,000, I don't want 501,000 people to see it. I'm speaking to the culture and the context of that specific topic. Okay, business community, these are the least viewed videos. Okay, a couple of thousand videos. That's okay, because there isn't a couple of thousand entrepreneurs that are ready to up their business. That's okay. I understand my audience, but culture and context, easiest way to explain it is when I did that Kusheshe video, it's the one that made us very famous. Okay, I'm speaking to a culture within the context of that culture. Okay, I don't care if you're offended because you drive an AMG. Like, I couldn't care less. Doesn't matter to me. I'm speaking to that culture. That's a cult. VR6, cult. V250 or 300, cult. So if you understand culture and context, that makes the game fun, and that makes it okay if your video only has 3,000 or 4,000 views. Those 4,000 people are your people that you're speaking to in that context. The next video can be a gay white male cop, GWM, right? Gay white male in blue. Let's take a look what this is. Awesome, kick-ass around camera system. Will you be able to pull, one of the ex-wives of a Hilux here in the back seat? Only speaking to that culture and that context. I've got a humorous way. I suppose it's the gift of the gab. It is what it is, but it's a practice skill. It's me watching my videos. One thing that I spoke to Eugene about it yesterday. Sorry, on Saturday. We sat and we processed the video the interview rather that I gave the lady of Auto Trader, and he said to me, it's a good interview, and you spoke off the cuff and it's your truth. I said, you know what? I'm not happy with the way I spoke, and the reason for that is I use a lot of and I've practiced for many months. I've done multiple public speaking courses, and the way that I improved on that was critical feedback to myself. So we do a long form podcast. The person that really helped me to develop this was Penny or Black Pen. When we had our podcast in that corner, we did multiple podcasts where meaning debated, or some of the debates were heavy. Then it's a 1 hour 50-minute podcast. I watch it 10 times. I watch it on my way to work, I watch it in the gym or listen to it rather. And every time I say, it pains me. So the next one I say it a bit less, the next one I say it a bit less. Eventually I stop saying it. But because it's so nerve wracking and my emotions are so high after getting these awards, like all that training, I haven't trained well enough for long enough. It's out the window, and I'm back to So I'm like, Bobs, you sound like a retard, dude. Like you can do better. But at that point, I was just filled with emotions, or filled rather with emotions, and I couldn't manage my state. It was just very overwhelming. But having said that, if you give yourself critical feedback, watch yourself, and each and every video you improve slightly, 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 slightly. 100 videos later, you sound a lot better than when you started. And the mistakes are maybe not 100 on a piece of content, they may be only two. And next time it's five, and then it's single digit mistakes. So the one night stand concept is the following. When you meet a customer, when you interact and give that customer your service or your product, you should see them as a potential marriage. You want to meet their parents, you want to meet the cousins, you want to meet the neighbors, you want to meet the drunk uncle, you want to meet the dogs, the microwave, everybody. So when you serve that person, the intent right up front is not a one night stand. Most salespeople are like, wham bam, thank you, man. I've sold you a vehicle. Next, like that lady at Home Affairs. Next, like really, dude. And you're wondering why your sales are flat. Like I'm actually offended that you were able to steal a customer from an absolute pro like me and my team, and you were able to sell this person a car. You should be ashamed of yourself for thinking and taking consumers that way. That's like literally what my mind is wired like. Whereas if you treat that customer like a potential marriage, you find out who they are, what they do, what their interests are, and then you offer your service. At the end, you give them up front. Sir, ma'am, if I over deliver on everything that I've promised to you and your family, would it be fair to ask you for a referral of a friend or a family member or someone within your circle if I over deliver at the end and you are 100% satisfied with how I conduct myself? Managing their expectation in front, sure, 100%. Now they're already thinking, yep, who am I going to give Bobs? Like, did you hear in the family, Brian? Most of the conversation of Bobs, listen, I don't have anyone to give you. But I give you my word, the first person that mentions a car, you are a guy. Sir, I couldn't ask for more. Thank you so much. Hug, appreciate you. Have a nice day. You ask 10 people that, soon enough you have 20 referrals, eventually. But it's a long game, and it's treating it like a marriage. Next, as we over time, homie. What can you expect if you decide to explode your business? Okay, here's what you can expect. I mentioned it up front. Is there at least two people still watching us?
Yeah,
Am I
yeah.
speaking to how many people on TikTok?
165 now.
Hey, heyo.
There's a lot of people complimenting you, saying congratulations on the awards.
Ooh, it's the team, it's not me. I'm the monkey in front of the camera. That's it. The ideas, the drive, the push, the countless hours, absolutely the team. So, what can you expect if you decide to explode your business? Couple of variations. If you only want me to touch on one topic, whether it's objection handling, how to properly hit your CRM, social media marketing. I mean, I don't know of anyone that gets the views that we do. Else, is there someone even outside our industry, who's doing a fantastic job? They keep popping up. It's a something beds. It's a colored guy in Cape Town, and I saw the most kick-ass reel. The guy said, you need storage under the bed, and then when he flipped under the bed, there's a bra there with a special. They are cuck funny. So outside of them, I don't know of anyone that's creating as much eyeballs on their social media organically. Whether it's social media, whether it's objection handling, hitting your CRM, fraud prevention, clone vehicles. If you book me for a 90-minute session, it's 25,000 Rand. We'll spend 90 minutes together, either in studio, if you're in the area, if you want to fly up, you're more than welcome. We'll record it professionally, great sound, everything sweet, edited, packaged, sent via link. You can go and share it with your team. That's the first option. If you book me for two of those, 50,000 Rand, you'll get 3 90-minute sessions. We've got one tomorrow night, and it's an automotive workshop company. They've expanded in, I think, 5 provinces already. We're about to help them expand even bigger. They can't literally fly every manager every team member here and have the meeting. This office is too small. But what we'll do for them tomorrow is a couple of people join in. It's a very strict, very, very well organized timeline that within the first 15 minutes we'll handle this, then this, then this, then this, then this. So that's how it works. If you book me for 2, you get a third one for free. So 50K, 3. Then we can unpack in great detail whatever it is that you want to do and give it enough time so I can go like an onion, 8 layers down. Because if you book me for 90 minutes to go through everything like this, it will be 2 layer to get through everything. Then there's a third option. The third option is you're a dealership. You want to go through this with me, specifically designed for dealers, specifically how we want 2024 and Defender 2025. That will be 50,000 Rand. It will be about a 4-hour Zoom. So for 4 hours, we'll go through everything in great detail. Boom, 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 boom. There's also going to be a fourth option. And that option is you summons us, you summon us, not summons us, you summon us to your dealership where all your salespeople or F&I team or managers, your team leaders are there in the room with us. We'll set up a multicam system with good audio. If you've got questions, I can process your questions in real time. We haven't made a price on that yet, so we'll have to quote you depending on where you are in the country, but we could do that. If you want to unpack this further, if you want to expand on it, ask me anything else, please shoot me a WhatsApp 082 542 6659. 082 542 6659, and we'll put you in the system. We will set up a time and date for you and we'll assist your company. If you're outside of automotive, the leadership stuff that I've learned from PDD, the hiring stuff, the 10-point system, how to, release that bottleneck, because it's frustrating. If everything needs to go through you, that's why I don't have hair, because I pulled it all out until I stop pulling it out. I'm just kidding. The moment that you release that bottleneck and departments can interact and debate each other without your input, man, it's so much fun. It's like literally fun. Coming to work is awesome, especially when you develop strong leaders that are not. I've got this favorite saying. It's called a Yabru. If you're a Yabru in our company, we're not gonna bully you. You don't. If you agree with everything, like, we're gonna have a problem. You need to disagree, even if it's just to make sure that the point of view that you have is the correct one. So we'll disagree a bit until okay, shut. Your logic wins, our problem. I always wanted to do it that way, but I'm just testing and checking if that's the way that you wanted it. 082 542 6659, and we can unpack your business in great detail, and we will leave you better than we found you. Anything else? Did I miss anything?
No, didn't miss anything.
Our next masterclass is customer training. That will be on Wednesday at 6 p.m. I don't have a set topic. Last Wednesday, we did a live Q&A. You guys brought some kick-ass questions off the cuff, and whether it's finance, good, bad, ugly deals that you've been through before, whatever it is that you want to unpack with me, I'm going to give it about 90 minutes as well. On Wednesday, starting 6 o'clock sharp. I'm going to be in studio with the lights on, recorded. Send your questions to us. Have them ready, preferably, and send them at 6 o'clock. By 7 o'clock, there's like 100 questions. So obviously, I can't get to them. But then what we try and do is just bundle up 4 or 5 that look the same, and we can maybe answer 10 people's question with one. So if you want to, if you want me to answer your question directly, so please have them ready, type them out, and just copy and paste it on the TikTok live on Wednesday, just after 6 o'clock.
Maybe you can also mention the auction for Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday we've got an auction. We should have 5, 6.
Thanks, John.
Thank you, John. 5 to 6 vehicles on auction on Thursday. Very excited. The cars are coming from all over the country on trucks. As soon as they get here, the depot needs to give them depot love, wash, polish, press dents, brush touch, tires, whatever we need to do on those vehicles. And we'll see you there on Thursday. Else, I am 30 minutes over target. I'm sorry. Guys, girls that have joined us for today's live, I appreciate your time. It's the most valuable asset that you have. And in my heart, I know I left you better than I found you. That's the mission from now until Wednesday. Uncle Bobby out.